Good morning. It's Monday, May 4th, 2026, and that means two things. It was easier to be a Star Wars fan when we all knew Star Wars was bad most of the time. Otherwise, it's time for the Lighting Bulletin, pound for pound, the best source of lighting industry news, brought to you by Sansi, home of horticultural LEDs with a patented ceramic system. Check the link in the description to get more from them. Let's get into the news because the IES has released 5 new or revised or reaffirmed standards, specifically LP10 for sustainable lighting, LP12 for IoT connected lighting, TM31 for uncertainty of lighting equipment calibration using integrated spheres, and TM38, a technical memorandum on photometric and electrical measurements in tunable white solid LED lighting. All of these have been published lately, and they all have things to say about those products. Touche has liquidated their assets. Their business assets were apparently worth $5,000. Their actual office furniture was worth $21,000. They still owe $1.2 million to their creditors. The University of New Haven has partnered with Lighting Quotient to develop applied engineering for lighting with corporate funds. Nexans has bought Republic Wire. This is an acquisition without a lot of details, but does mean that we have a European country entering the U.S. market. In rep agency updates, CLIQ has picked 7 reps across North America. Q3's financials at LSI shows that their lighting segment sales are slowing. The full year update at Opel shows that revenues are up RMB 19 million. Q1 at Universal Displays shows that their revenues were at $142.2 million US dollars, which means they'll be issuing another dividend at 50 cents per share. The full year guidance for Hubble shows that their revenue guidance for the year is somewhere between 6.3 billion and 6.5 billion. We have a new ASHRAE president insisting that his issue is that he wants to make buildings healthier, specifically in terms of indoor air quality and introducing more options for circadian lighting. Wesco has issued their full year guidance update showing that their revenue guidance is somewhere between 24.8 billion and 25.6 billion US dollars. In People News, we have a recap of 73 staff shifts this quarter. Larry Swink of Jackson Lighting and Electric Supply has joined the City of Jacksonville, Florida's Grants Committee. Aaron Carr is now the Regional Sales Manager at Hammond Power Solutions for Southwest Ontario. We have a leadership shuffle of 3 positions at ServiceWhile, and Kelly Becker will now be serving as President of North American Ops at Schneider Electric. Hey, you should follow the Lighting Bulletin on LinkedIn because we have this whole blog of recommended reading and my very brief comments on it every Thursday, every other Thursday. I'm deciding on a release schedule for that right now, but you can check that out. Follow us on LinkedIn. That's what I'm saying. Rexel's Q1 shows sales up 3.4%. The full year report at Endo Lighting shows that their revenues were at 55.47 billion yen. Sonepar has been named to the 2026 VETS Index. They are a 5-star employer of military-connected employees. That's a weird phrase, actually. Q1 at Graybar shows that their net sales are at 3.3 billion. Their net income was 141.9 million. That's a record for the company. Sun Booster has won an IF Design Award for their near-infrared LEDs. Lighting New York is asking their web customers to donate to Home for Our Troops this week. The company will be offering $5,000 to this veterans charity, but they're asking their customers to just top that up. Lingman Lighting USA has rebranded. They will now be operating as Lingman North America. UC Boulder has opened applications for their Architectural Lighting Certificate program. That's an online certificate for design professionals. Liaison is going outside. They now have an exterior lighting brand. Princeo and Signify have turned old streetlights into shades. This is new metal extrusion technology that just turns street lamps into shades for interior fixtures. And the United States government has offered $1.6 billion in funds to buy a tungsten mine in Kazakhstan. That mine will now be owned by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. ETI is suing Cooper. This is a patent case that concerns recessed downlights and is probably a reprisal for Signify's complaint about the same against ETI because Signify owns Cooper. On the tariff tracker, Trump is seeking new import taxes through the U.S. Office of Trade Representatives, and India and New Zealand have signed an entirely new free trade agreement. The ALA conference has opened for registration. That is September 27th to 29th in Tucson, Arizona. In 2027, Leducation and Eurolush will happen on the same dates. Leducation next year is April 13th to 15th in NYC. And if you want to go to Eurolush, that is April 13th to 18th in Milan. Neocon is expanding their lighting design programming this year. That's June 8th to 10th in Chicago. And the Meet Show, which isn't going to happen until May 6th to 7th in Moncton. They've already named their Innovation Awards winners, though. So if you want to skip it and just know who won the prizes, that's fine. In lighting controls, Johnson Controls has bought Nantum AI for new HVAC optimizations. Lawrence, Long Island is expanding their outdoor surveillance program with 100 new connected cameras. Govee has a new ceiling light that is pretty much just a screen. This is an LED panel that also acts as a dynamic RGBW mood light. Pure LiFi and ASCII have partnered on fixed access to 5G. This is a new partnership that will bring indoor to outdoor bridge connections. In research and development, UC Boulder has created a solar cell that is also an LED, which might be used for display tech. Harvard has set a new record for UV LEDs. This is a chip-scale light that is now 120 times more powerful than any comparable design. We also have a new multi-zone lighting system for a university classroom. This is designed using sensing technology and feedback from the National Taiwan University of Science and Tech. We have a case study of museum lighting from Alpdermis that is calling for more data on guidance for LED lighting in very specific spaces. In light pollution news, the United States Senate has passed a new non-binding resolution to declare last week Dark Sky Week going forward. That happened unanimously. The University of Oldenburg has launched a new biology lab for light pollution testing on a number of animals. The University of Jyväskylä in Finland has published a new literature review on human presence and environmental ethics. Allen is disrupting antibody production in humans. An international team of cardiologists have condemned light pollution in regards to how it affects heart health. The University of Liège has linked seasonal light to activity and mood and neurochemical levels. We have a new AI-driven sleep detection system for IoT networks. And we have a study that proves that parks that are bright aren't busier than parks that aren't at night. Light pollution has been found to alter food chains on rivers. Dark Sky International has cussed out Audi for an advertisement that for their new adaptive headlights that is pretty tone deaf when it comes to dark sky issues, actually. Mato Grosso do Sul, Portugal, has sued an LED billboard company for posting illuminated advertisements without their permission. Big Bend, Wisconsin has approved new athletic park lighting because it will respect its neighbors. in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, they didn't approve lighting at a Trump-owned golf course, but somehow work on expanding that golf course is going ahead anyhow. The Arizona Department of Transportation has begun a highway lighting project around Flagstaff to respect uplight, color, temperature, and glare. Finland's longest bridge is up and running, and it is cutting down on light pollution. Russia has passed a national billboard brightness law, specifically limiting the use of LED billboards in residential neighborhoods. Porto has been recognized by the Starlight Foundation in Spain. Au Diable Vent in Sutton, Quebec has been recognized as a dark sky lodging by Dark Sky International. Archbald, Pennsylvania may soon be 14% data center by surface area. The locals are pushing back on that. Basking Ridge, New Jersey is blocking a school from using lighting and sound systems at night after not really consulting anyone on how bright or loud those might be. In Oxford in the UK, businesses are under fire for their lighting plan. The Cincinnati Zoo is hosting a dark sky themed night that is also Star Wars themed tonight and throughout the rest of the week. In Chile, the Paranal Observatory has been saved from light pollution from a proposed energy plant. The Department of Homeland Security is planning more walls and more lighting infrastructure on the Mexico border over any objections from environmentalists. And Grupo Ragni has shown off a new line of low light pollution fixtures. We have two entirely new species of firefly discovered in and around Maliawang in India. Louisville is cutting off their municipal lighting for migration season, and humans remain the leading cause of turtle injuries in Florida. Indoor horticultural-wise, Harvest London is expanding their urban farming options. Brio Hydroponics has a new high-yield model, and Johannesburg, South Africa is funding an entirely new controlled environment agricultural study. A shipment of Brillimax corn bulbs was used to smuggle 80 pounds of meth into the U.S. And what I gotta say is E27s, not even once. Vintage street lamps from Cambridge in the UK were stolen, and then they were found and repaired and replaced. They're back in operation. A Virginia utility is holding a lottery to give one person $2,500 worth of smart home tech. Pennsylvania is investing $250 million in energy jobs. Sandpoint, Indiana has got a $650,000 grant from the state to improve their downtown. Syracuse, New York has completed an LED street project. El Paso, Texas is now home to the world's largest illuminated star. Amoresco will be lighting Montgomery, Alabama schools. We have a new lighting system for a truck pull grounds in Stanley, Wisconsin. In Lake Worth, Florida, they can't use state funds to build a queer community center, so they're going to use that to light sports fields instead, because, of course, a different Florida law means that sports are guaranteed to not be friendly to queer people. Did I say that out loud? Jeez. Shoutouts to my pals at NACLEC. Saline, Nevada has got new lighting at their war memorial, and Williamsport is stuck with a $1.7 million bill on sports field lighting. Internationally, Egypt is returning to normal working hours and rolling back their energy emergency measures, and Finland has funded a new lithium mine using their sovereign wealth fund. In things that I just thought were weird or fun or odd, Foscarini has figured out how to knit a light fixture. Noted weirdo and red light enthusiast Marcos Lorente insists he's not a weirdo, even as he's being arrested for being a weirdo. A recent trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 shows that the street lighting is based on real-world fixtures that are authentic to Miami, Florida in present day, and that might be why Grand Theft Auto 6 is just taking a kabillion years to come out. You can also figure out the history of 3D projections using mist, mirrors, and laser beams. And the ongoing backlash to solar power in the UK is based on bullshit, which is related to the ongoing backlash to wind power. I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time, your attention, your ratings, your reviews, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I once again want to thank Sansi for backing this series. That link is in the description. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.
That's definitely longer than like 2 minutes.
That was like 6 minutes.